Man, college baseball, right? Like, golly, it's we did it to Ohio State here a couple weeks ago, or shoot, it's been a couple months ago now, and Samford tried to. I was telling G on the way over. We played almost that same game against them at their place last year. Had a huge lead late, and then here we go. You get your closer in the game, and but man, it's just a testament to these kids' resilience and toughness. Great start by JT. Man, I thought Buck was outstanding today, and man, Connor Layman's going to be a weapon for us. Finally getting him back healthy, and he feels great. He threw the ball really good. We've been looking for that lefty swing and miss pitch in the pen, and it looks like we might have found something with Layman there. So it's going to be a big part of what we're doing moving forward the rest of this season, but also into the future here. That's huge for a young pup with that kind of stuff. So really proud of him. And then the seventh was just weird thing. You have a 3-2 walk, little squibber through. We missed with an 0-2 pitch, and it's a homer, hit the next guy, and then it was 6 or 7 straight hits, which – well, I've been around baseball enough. I don't care if it's bloopers or lasers. It is hard to get 6 or 7 hits in a row, and they had some momentum, and they just kept coming. Faye finally worked his way out of that. I thought Banksy was great. Banksy kind of recaptured that momentum in the 8th. They get the 0. Banks gets a big 0 for us there, and then we're able to tack one on. Huge at bat. I thought the bottom of the 8th was just such a great inning. I mean, Platt hadn't done anything offensively all night. Stays over. That guy's stuff. Lee has really good stuff, and stays over a slider, hits a double, Bull moves him to third, and G-Stat executes. Like, just a really good job tack on that run, and good for odds to finish it there. So again, just the resiliency and toughness of this group just continues to show up when we need it most, and at the end of the day, it's college baseball, and it's a win. That's all that matters, and we'll turn our attention to Friday over at Auburn and try to get to work.
Look, it ends up being that you had a couple of the most important innings of the night. Came in and did your job. You've been sneaky good this year. What's been working for you here throughout this year as you've looked to kind of grow your role?
I think it's been a little bit of a mindset change, kind of some confidence going along with that. Second year in the bullpen, I've just gotten more used to being able to pitch every day and staying in the right mindset that gives me the best chance to be successful. And then just being patient with my opportunities and being ready when I've got my name called. Today I just want to settle the game down a little bit, which is kind of what I've been called in to do most times. So just come in, kind of put a couple pitches on the plate, settle the game down, try and get us back into the dugout, and that's really all it is.
Coach, you mentioned the Ohio State game. Obviously, that was earlier in the season, but you've been in tight situations before this season. But being at this point in the season where we're at now, what does thwarting a late game comeback attempt like that say about where the team is?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of this stuff, like, every game's just a test for us. You know, like, the same guys, we talked about this before the game, the same guys that said our team wasn't worth anything before the season started rank us 8th this week. We have the option to believe we figured it out and we're something, or we have the option to just be us and block out everything on the outside, and that's what these guys just continue to do, you know. And I'm glad that they're getting some attention because they deserve it, but at the end of the day, none of it matters, right? Like, none of these rankings matter, none of the media attention matters. It's great, but all that matters, every day we come out, is just another test of our maturity, another test of our toughness, another test of our ability to execute, and these guys just continue to answer the call. They've been really, really mature in that as the season's progressed, and I think that's what I'm most proud of this group, is not any of the other stuff, but just their consistent mental approach to the game of baseball day in and day out, at home, on the road, regardless of who we're playing, is what's allowed them to have success up to this point. And we're about at the halfway point of the season, a little bit past it. Like, at the end of the day, like, this team can go as far as it wants if we can continue to stay in the moment. Because guess what? Like, there's times we're going to be tough and lose. It's coming. Like, at some point, it's just a game of baseball. You're going to fight, you're going to do all that, and you're going to lose a game. And if we can just say, this is who we are, we're going to be our best today, and if it's good enough, it's good enough. And if it's not, we're going to come be our best tomorrow. If we can do that for the next 25 some odd games, I think the results and everything else take care of itself.
Garrett, it doesn't seem like your bat took any time off even while you were on the shelf, and then you got that big insurance run against your former school. How have you been feeling since you got back out there, and how strange was it tonight to take at bats against your old team?
It was fun. Just a lot of fun playing against those guys. I tried to keep it business the whole time till after the game, enjoy it with them after, but especially after victory. But I just try to prepare every day the same, of just being ready to go, and just trying to keep a mindset on and off the field of just working hard and trying to do my best at everything I can do, and just keep pushing every day.
How long had you been taking swings before you came back last week?
4 days.
A couple days, yeah. It's a lot of trust. It's a lot of stuff that I can't control, but it's just trust that I put into something bigger than myself, honestly, man.
Coach, I feel like we've been talking about it in every game since Garrett's gotten back, but just kind of how has it been to have another bat to kind of play with in the order?
Yeah, it's not and it's not even another bat. It's like an elite bat. It's an RBI producer. He runs off a really good at bat. He does everything. It's kind of a jack of all trades offensively. Shoot, I threw him into left field the other day, and unfortunately, because of that weird situation, that locked me up on what I could use him for later, which is the way the rules work. But yeah, man, like I think there's a lot of dudes that work their tails off. There's some young pups that aren't getting a ton of run right now that work their tails off every day. Peyton Steele, Sean Griggs, JoJo Williamson, Ahmad Duff, Andre Meduno, guys that just work every day to be prepared and haven't gotten a ton of opportunity. John Young, but it's coming. It's coming whether it's struggle, whether it's an injury, whether it's next year. Like those guys just continue to work. And I think some of the older players, Garrett included, obviously Buck on the pitching side, but some of these older guys I think have really set the tone for these young guys of not what your skill looks like, but what our work needs to look like every day. And I'm telling you, those guys are going to be ready, and we're going to tap them on the shoulder at some point, and those guys are going to be ready to go. So he was a prime example of that. But there's a lot of dudes that aren't seeing their name on the lineup card that I guarantee you the second their name's called, they're going to be ready to go.
How have Cade and Q and Austin Morris been projecting for this weekend? Yeah,
it looks great. I saw Cade afterwards. He's out on the field. We told him to go home today, but that ain't happening. He worked out, felt good. So trending the right direction for sure, which is great. Ammo was hot today, so if we need him today, we're going to be able to go to him. So should be good. Riley Quick looks, throw a pin tomorrow, but all the catch play, everything looks great. So trending towards kind of being at full strength this weekend.
Coach, a little over halfway through the season, Auburn coming up on Friday. Is there anything you're hoping to see, any room for improvement, any specific area you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I think baseball's a very hard game, but it's not complicated. It's good starts, it's clean defense, and it's executing offensively. Like, you throw more strikes than the other team, you make routine plays, and you hit in timely situations, you usually end up on the right side of it, And I think the cool thing about baseball in the SEC is there's so much attention around it. Like everybody's watching and everybody's following you and this and that, and it's cool, but it's the same game we've all played since we were kids. It's the same game that I spent 6 years 11, 12 years, whatever I was up at Maryland playing. Like, it ain't no different. It's just, there's just, the stakes are a little higher. The competition's a little better. So it all boils down to those same things. So whether it's Auburn, whether it's Missouri, whether it's Kentucky, whether it's A&M, Tennessee, it doesn't matter. Like, for us, it's can we go out there, can we get a good start on the mound, can we throw a ton of strikes, make routine plays, and get some timely hits? And if we do, it's a heck of a lot of fun. When you're on the other side of it, it ain't so much fun. But man, playing on the road, we know it's going to be a good crowd, and they're good this year. Auburn was down last year, and Bush's team is not down this year. So that's a good team over there. We're going to be at their place, so it's going to take a good effort and a lot of toughness. But I think ththese guys are ready to go, ready to get going on Friday.
Coach, you touched on in your opener, kind of Layman, first collegiate appearance tonight. 1 1/3 innings, 2 Ks. What else did you see out of him? Yeah,
it was a big loss not having Connor to start the year. Obviously working back from a little injury that he had in the fall and getting back healthy and getting back on the mound. And he's just worked his tail off to get back. He's thrown a couple live hitters. He was hot last weekend. The situation just didn't really present itself against Oklahoma, but I mean, no coach will ever complain about having a lefty that's 93 with a slamming slider, right? Like, and we could use that. We could use that out of the pen because we've ended up having to send Buck a ton against lefties because that curveball really plays, the changeup really plays, which is great. But I can't send Buck every day, right? Like, so having those guys that can be really tough matchups. So we're going to need them this weekend because you look at Auburn's lineup. I mean, Ike Irish is one of the best hitters in the country. McMurray's one of the best hitters in the country. Ballou's one of the left hitters in the country, and they're all left-handed. So having that weapon step into play is great, but it's also huge for us down the road, man. Like, I think as a college coach, you're always, yes, we're looking at the short term, but we're also looking towards the future. And there's no reason Connor Layman can't be a big-time starter here down the road, And so I think it's huge to get him back and a great piece for the last 7 weeks of college baseball season.
Buck, you talked about doing your job when your name is called. You've done that. Another guy that's done that is Carson Osmer. Just how much does that presence there steady the bullpen and what he's been able to do this year?
Yeah, it's awesome. Oz is even better in the locker room and with the team than he is on the field, which I know is probably hard to believe the way he's been throwing. But he's just great. I mean, he's just an old dude. He's an old personality. It's the same thing every day. he just executes and goes out there, and we feel like we give him that 1-run lead there, we feel all right, but being able to give him an insurance run, we feel like we'll be able to make out of there with a win. And that's kind of just what he's done for us. It's super steady. It's the same thing all the time. We know what we're going to get. We know what he's going to give us, and it's really all he's got, which is all we can ask of him.
Coach Richie with 5 RBIs out of that leadoff spot. Do you feel like there's kind of a revelation happening in terms of how good he's been at that spot?
Yeah, I'm just glad I didn't bunt him. I tried to bunt him on the first pitch, thank God it was a ball. I mean, Richie's had great at-bats all year. I think we've talked about it, and I think the unselfishness of these guys has been great. Like, Bryce obviously manned that spot for a good chunk of the year, and we kind of slid him down. And I've dealt with so many egos in college baseball where it's like, I'm the leadoff guy, I shouldn't be down there. And these guys just don't have that. As a whole, it's just like, Buck said it, man, when my number's called, let me go do my job. And we've kind of moved Richie up. He gave us great at-bats in the 9. I mean, it was one of the best 9-hole hitters in the country for a long time. And we kind of slid him up, and it's like, okay, here we go. G-Stat's having a great year, and he hasn't started every game, but he's been ready. And the second his name's called, he's ready to rock. And when guys perform like that, you keep giving them more, and you keep giving them more, and you keep giving them more. And I think that's one of the – I've talked a lot about the toughness of this group and the resilience of this group, but the unselfishness of them is really cool. Like, as a coach, we are not in an unselfish world right now. It's about, I'm going to get mine, I'm going to make my NIL money, I'm going to make this, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, I'm going to do this. That's just the world we're in right now. And I think a lot of that goes back to Coach Morrison and the roster that he put together here. And it's a lot of unselfish dudes that love each other and want to win, and they want to do it for Alabama. And I think it's rare, and I think that's what I've appreciated the most as a coach, is the work that went into putting this roster together by him, and then the work of these guys day in and day out of just saying, hey, when you need me, I'm ready. And ultimately, at the end of it, we just want to score one more than they do, and we're good with it and move on to the next one.